Well, another bump in the road for Albany's permit parking system. Here are the facts first. The city created that system to give residents a better shot against state workers in the competition for parking spots near their homes. After several delays, the system finally went into effect in January, but the city gave residents a month to get their passes before ticketing any violators. The permit costs $25, and each household also gets a visitor pass, and it's that visitor pass that some now say is causing a real problem. Matt Markham is live from downtown Albany with more on that part of this developing story. Hiya, Matt.
Hi, Greg, and it's who's getting those visitor passes, too, that seems to be one of the biggest problems, particularly in Zone A, also known as the Center Square neighborhood, one of the most problematic areas for securing a place to park. Do you notice a big difference?
No, not really.
Some say the streets got wider around Center Square, save for the ones dotted with cars sporting red visitor permits.
The spots on this side of the street, they street clean Mondays till noon, and now it's 12:30, and most of the streets already filled up with parking. So I doubt those people are just visiting for 2 hours.
State workers suspected to be stealing the spots streets past the plaza. It's $25 for a residential parking permit. Each residence gets a visitor pass.
They're associated with the primary resident holder, so we can go back and trace who the resident holder is.
Councilman Conti says the city has a plan enforcement of offenders will pay for.
The police department will have license plate reader vehicles coming on soon, which will also help in terms of with enforcement generally, but also provide another tool that will enable us to identify those vehicles that are being parked with visitor permits.
The city now is relying on you for help before the technology becomes available to them.
They can tell how long that vehicle has been parked there. It's kind of electronic chalking.
Albany admits this wasn't a plan without the possibility of problems, but it's asking for neighbors to file complaints if they think a visitor is overstaying his or her welcome. We're up on Willett Street over by Washington Park, a distance away from the Empire State Plaza. The permit parking system is in effect until 6 o'clock, so we're just about 10 minutes past that. However, you can see that there are two cars right over here that have those visitor passes on them. A lot of people say they notice a good deal of them in the area. Permits, if you're a resident, by the way, Greg, are $25. The penalty if you park and you don't have any kind of permit at all is $60. However, if you are found to have a visitor pass and you're using it irresponsibly, you could be fined up to $250, and the visitor pass could be taken away from you for 6 months if it's registered at least to your name.
A lot of visitors. All right, thank you very much, Matt. Just wondering, I got a couple of thoughts. How many violations, or at least reports of violations, have there been? And can the parking officers do anything?
Well, you know, we talked to the council members, the city clerk today, I should say. He said that there were about 7 at this point, so it doesn't necessarily sound like a lot. However, when we were going around in the neighborhood today, we talked to a lot of people who said they would see people, particularly state workers, go and put the little visitor passes over their rearview mirror and then go down to go to work. And even when we were going around in the blocks immediately around the Empire State Plaza, in one block I counted 7 of them. So again, they can be used if you're having some contract work done at your home, but there's a lot of suspicion about who is actually using these permits, Greg.
But of course, we don't actually know yet, but I'm sure we'll keep looking into it. Thank you very much, Matt.